Alright, so what's up, everybody? Today is March 26th. This is the fourth day I'm working on this project. This is part 3, I'm pretty sure, still. Still working on the carb, working away. Today I'm probably going to be cleaning up the engine some. Getting down in here. See that a little bit? It's all grimy and dirty down through there. So that needs all cleaned out. So I'm gonna get tackling on that today. Carb's looking pretty good. Looking pretty clean. Tried overnight, so it's looking pretty good. I might tear apart that a little bit further today. Clean out the bowl a little bit. This is looking awfully dry. Ooh. How about that? I couldn't get that off last night. Probably the carb cleaner got to it. Now it came right off. Well, daggum. Now we can look at that a little bit later too. Alright, let's get started. Alright, so I'm going to further explain a little bit more what exactly is going on here. So, this here is your fuel bowl. This is where all the gas sits in your carburetor to go when it requires more fuel. There's a little needle valve on the back of the float, and then when the float goes up, more gas is allowed into the chamber. When you give it more gas, there's a butterfly valve over here. So this is closed when you're not giving it any throttle. And the more you open it up, the more fuel gets it to let it rev higher, to give it a bigger fuel air mixture. And one of the problems was that this bowl was full of dirt. And when you get dirt in your fuel, it clogs the little holes in these needles, and then your fuel can't get up to your valley to get through your engine. So that can become a big problem, and that's why my tractor was spittering and sputtering and wasn't performing very well. So that's why I got to clean all this stuff out. Now, this would intentionally be like this little nut here up in the bottom. But I have that out right now. So, and this on the other hand is your choke. When choke is on, well, I won't do it now. This will close when your choke is on, and when your choke is off, this will be straight like this. But yes, that's how all that is. I can hear the dirt in there. I'm going to get a Carburetor Rebuild Kit for this, just so I know everything's good in here. I'm going to do some more cleaning at it today. Get it all nice and purdy and cleaned up. Don't need to be purdy, just got to be functional. That's what I'm worried about. So clean this up a little bit more, and tonight I'm probably going to take it apart. That's what my plan is. But for now, I'm going to just try to get stuff as clean as possible, because the cleaner the better. Things work better when they're cleaner. Don't have to be clean, just got to be functional. So, we'll continue on working for today. So I got quite a bit done since I last recorded. Took this carb all apart, cleaned everything up. I cleaned the needles. I did everything I possibly could. So this carburetor should be pretty clean. So I got it pretty dang clean. I went through everything. I cleaned the needles. I took a little bit of, I forget what grit it was, sandpaper, a little bit of sandpaper, black sandpaper. Cleaned up all the needles and everything like that. So everything in that is now clean inside the carb. Like I said, I have a carb kit on the way. I just put this back on for now, the fuel bowl. But there will be a gasket up in there. There'll be a gasket here. And there'll be a gasket over on this side. This gasket I got off the best I could. So, and it seems pretty smooth, so I think it'll be okay. And all the needle screws I set to 1.5 turns out from bottom. This is a good adjustment to start out with. It's going to need to be retuned once we get the carb back on and everything like that. Got this cleaned out. So now this is all cleaned. I just got to wait for carb kit. Over here, let's turn this light on. So I've been cleaning at this. This still needs work. I still got to do a lot of cleaning here, so that's what I'll probably be doing tomorrow night. Well, maybe the night after. I'm not sure yet, but this needs a little bit of cleaning yet in here. So I gotta get to that yet. I gotta get this fuel line changed yet. Probably while I'm at it, I'll just do that one right away. I gotta get this fuel line changed. I'm probably gonna end up putting a fuel filter on here too. That's about all. Thought about putting a new exhaust on it, just a straight pipe right up, but we'll see it. That's more a classic look with that. That's actually the original muffler, so I don't know if I want to mess with this or not. But got a lot of progress done on this. I'm probably gonna be done for today, but I'll probably be all for this video. And thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and click the bell on the end to get all the updates. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later. What's up, everybody? Kale here, back with another video. This is part 4 of the rebuild series on the Ford 100. This is March 1st today, 1st of March. And the tractor tore apart quite a bit. Just figuring some things out, getting some things fixed and cleaned. And I'm really digging into it. I'll probably be out here pretty late tonight because I want to get it all back together. Alright, let's see what I got going on. Alright, so as you can tell, it's tore apart pretty dang bit. So, I got the fuel tank off. I got the fuel line off. I got the flywheel cover off to get the fuel line off because the fuel line runs through the flywheel cover. What a freaking pain. I had to cut the fuel line here because it wouldn't come out. And just being a pain, this fuel line is really, really bad. If you bend it, here, I'll bend it. Bend it. Huh? Yeah, can you see it there? All the cracks. It's really bad. I'm guaranteeing that's original. But I got this all tore apart. I was looking here for some kind of serial number down in here. And I got a like inch of grease in here. So I'm going to scrape some of this out. Do a little better for it. So I'm gonna get some of that scraped out. I was having trouble moving the starter, so I was just trying to get this all done, and then Dad came by and we looked at it and we said, oh, there's 2 bolts down here, 2 pivot points. So I was gonna take this cover off, so I didn't have that off, and I was coming in from the side over here with that ratchet. It wasn't working right, so I went and got one of my dad's socket end wrenches. That still wasn't working right. I'm just like, this comes out with 2 bolts. Why don't I just do that? And I didn't even have to take the front thing off because the bolts are right there. So that worked out perfect. Let's go over here. Carbs all back together. Looking all pretty nice. So that's done. I still got to order the carb kit. I keep forgetting to do that. I cleaned up in here a little bit. I don't think you can see that too great. Got a fuel filter for it, but I'm pretty sure it's the wrong one. So that's gonna have to get returned and get another one. I was just discussing it with my dad. I'm probably gonna put a straight pipe on this. It's just like I always wanted to, and I always like things loud and mean, and it's gonna make it loud, really pain, but I think it's gonna make it look pretty freaking cool. I'll keep the original muffler, but I'm probably gonna put a straight pipe on it just to make it look mean and sound cool. So it's probably what I'm gonna do. Tonight I just want to get this all cleaned up and back together. I'll get the fuel tank cleaned up. That's over here. I have Arctic Kitty sitting outside. Got the fuel tank out here. Gotta clean the rest of that up. Make sure this valve's alright. This valve seems a little funny. Clean all that up. What else do I have to do? I'll clean that cover up and everything like that. I might try to attempt to take that muffler off. We'll see. What else do I need to do? I gotta order that carb kit, of course. I'll clean that panel up. These 2 panels are not original. This would have had headlights in here, and I think that would have been some kind of mesh. I have to look at my brother's Ford and see what that one is. My brother's Ford is more original. That's a Ford 120 hydrostatic. That one's way different. That one's pretty cool. There'll be a video on that sometime coming up. That one's really original. Like, has all original exhaust and everything like that. It's pretty cool. What was I gonna say? Just progress. Keep going at this thing. Just want to get everything working good. Just needed gone over, so I think I might just leave the amp meter's gauge unhooked. I don't want it almost lighting on fire like it did before. That story I said I'd save for another day, so I guess I'll tell it to you right now. We had this tractor and our John Deere 110 loaded on the front of the trailer with one of our other Fordson tractors on the back, and we were turning around over at my Pat Rick's, and we look in the mirror and this thing is billowing white smoke like really bad, and we think it's on fire. My dad hops out of the truck, goes running after it. There is no fire. He quick unhooked the battery and everything stopped, and the amp meter gauge has shorted out, so we brought it back to a Pap's shop there. We just, as you can see right there, we just snipped the wires off and everything else was fine. Never had to worry about it again. So never really had to do anything else to that. The biggest thing that we had done to this before, we put a new, not new, but rebuilt gearbox on it, because that was really bad. It can be, that's the worst thing about these tractors is those gearboxes. We have a pulling tractor. It's actually a Minneapolis Moline pulling tractor, and that thing, I'm afraid that gearbox, more horsepower, if we put any more horsepower on, that gearbox is gonna fly. So we're gonna keep that one where it is. And that one has a straight pipe on it, or pulling one, and it sounds pretty cool, so we'll put one on this. That's what I'm thinking. So, well, I guess I'll keep working and I'll give a little bit of an update later. I don't think I'm gonna do any time lapses. There's not really a good spot to put my camera, really, because I'm all over just doing stuff. So we'll save time lapse for another day, but I will check in later and show you the progress. So see y'all later. All right, what's up, everybody? This is part 4, continued on. Today is March 2nd. Last night I did not do a follow-up because it was pretty late. I was working out here yet, but I got a lot done last night. I'm just about done with everything I need to do. The carb's cleaned. I still got to order that kit. I got to order that kit today, so that comes some point next week, so I can get all that all put back on. But I got the fuel line ran, everything like that. I got the wrong filter, so I have to go back to AutoZone and get another one of those. Got all the fuel line replaced. What did I do last night? Oh, here, I'll change this camera around. I had to take all this fuel tank off. I had to take this cover off. I had to take this cover off. I had to take that front panel out, all just so I could run this freaking fuel line. Because the fuel line goes through this cover, and you gotta take off so much crap. I had to take off the fuel tank and the front panel so I could get at the bolts to slide the starter to take the belt off, so I could get that cover off. So I had fought with that all last night, but in the process of doing that, I got everything cleaned and everything like that, and I got the new fuel line on and everything like that. I got that line on too, so that's all done. I just really freaking surprised. I thought I was gonna have to like destroy it. I did not want to destroy this because, you know, I kind of like the way these look. They're old, cool. This is probably original to the tractor. I didn't want to destroy it, but I wanted to put a straight pipe on it. So last night I sprayed it with PB Blaster twice, and I just couldn't get it to go. Today I gripped it with those big channel locks, and it just went. So pretty happy about that. So now I have to go and get my other pipe from my grandfather's place for my pulling tractor, Zach, because I have the old one that I have off of that one, and I'll probably put on this one. But it needs some work first, excuse me. I gotta sand it a little bit. I'm probably gonna paint the pipe flat black or something like that, because it was chromed. The reason I took it off my pulling tractor is because it cracked, and my uncle welded it, and it made the chrome look really weird, all the heat from the welding. So I'm just probably gonna sand it down and paint it flat black. It'll look pretty cool with this thing. That's what I'm hoping, at least. So that's what I'm gonna do, make it look pretty cool, sound meaner. I don't know. Just always wanted to do that, but if I always wanted to, I could put this back on if I just clean it up. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. Today I'm gonna probably change the oil. I wanna change the oil. What else do I wanna do? Maybe get that pipe on, hopefully go to AutoZone, get the fuel filter. I basically want to get this completely ready that I can just, when I get the carb kit, I can just put the carb right back on. That's my plan, at least for today. I don't really think there's much else. Probably when I'm done everything, I'll probably grease it. Just make sure everything is ready to go for spring. That's my main goal, is make sure this thing is ready to go for spring. So that's my main goal for today. I have this little space heater running. Takes the chill off in here. I think that's about it that I need to do to it. I have a list over here. The list. The great cardboard. Alright, so the clean part's mostly done. The remove carb, I did that. Clean carb, I did that. Change oil, grease, check the tire pressure, still gotta do that. Fuel line I replaced, fuel filter I still gotta put on. Rear end oil, I might check that. I don't know if I can find a fill plug. And I still gotta put on the straight pipe. So that's what I gotta do that yet. Got a nice bulletin board there, so get that all done. You did all nice. This turned out pretty decent. Pretty old. That was amazing how nice it is yet. But I cleaned up the engine as good as I possibly could get it. So it was a lot of grease, as you can tell down here. That's all the grease has. It's a pile right there if you can't see it. It's just a pile of grease that was actually a lot of it was in the fins of the engine. I just took a screwdriver and kept scraping and scraping and scraping, trying to get as much as I possibly could out of there. I cleaned all this up in here and all that. So that's all clean. I cleaned up in the front engine when I had all this stuff off. Yeah, getting it cleaned up. This steering was always loose. I don't know if there's a way I can tighten it or not. I think it's just slop down in there from just being wore. Yeah, it's just slop. So, well, I'll check back in today probably and show you all the progress. So, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy the next part of this series. Alright, so we're back here checking in again today. I just finished doing the oil change in it. So now it has all fresh, clean oil. I put in Shell Rotella T4 15W40. That's what I put in there. That's what we put in all of our tractors and stuff like that. I'm going to be checking the gearbox oil and the rear end oil now. So all the fluids will be good, except for gas. But check all the fluids and get all that out of the way. And then I decided, we were just messing around with it a little bit. Come upon this plug. This plug was to the original headlights. And the headlight switch is still in here. So we did some testing, and there's still current up to these. And we already know that this panel is not original. Both of them are not original. So I'm gonna probably either make a new panel for in here, or off these bracket bolts on the side, do like an elbow and have the lights out here. Because it'd be so much nicer to have lights, because sometimes we get stuck in the dark lawn sweeping or whatever. It'd just be nice to have lights on this, and we can park it and shine it on something if we're working on something or whatever. Because this one always charges really good, so this would be a good tractor for that. So that's going to be my next goal after I get all the fluids checked and everything's good. So that'll be my next goal after that. And then after the headlight situation, straight pipe. And then whenever the carb comes, that will be going on whenever the carb kit comes. So that'll be going on whenever the carb kit comes. So thanks for watching, and I'll be a little bit of an update later. So this is going to be the end of the tune-up part 4. I'm going to be done for the day. I got a lot done. Got the oil changed, got the muffler off. What else did I do? I checked all the gear oil and the rear end oil and all that stuff. I was messing around with headlights quite a bit. I got the one to work that I have. Another one I got to play with some more. I don't know what the heck's wrong with it. I got to figure it out. What I'm thinking of doing, got these bolt holes right here. And these bolt holes right here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to bring a bracket out here, and then have a bar run across here with 2 headlights, just like so. I thought about mounting headlights is off here, but I think that's gonna look really wacky. So I think good light bar in the front with the 2 headlights, it's gonna look pretty dang good. So that's the plan for that. There, right there's the wire for it. I gotta tighten out the one screw and the switch is a little loose. But I really don't understand this. It's a 3-way switch. It can go down, middle, and up. But it only works when it's all the way down. It don't work when it's all the way up. So I wonder if that was also kind of different switch for something else also originally. I have no idea, but who knows. So that's about all for today. I got a lot of stuff off the list. I added some stuff too. Where's the Ford? There it is. So I got clean done, remove carb done, clean carb done, change oil done. I have to grease it yet. Check the tires. Fuel line done. Fuel filter, I have to get a new one because the other one's wrong. What's that? Rear end oil, I did that. I also did the gearbox oil, also did that. So I gotta still put the straight pipe on and headlights. So we're making progress, still making progress. Almost done. I think this thing's gonna look pretty killer and it's gonna be performing pretty well when I'm all said and done. It's my plan and hope and wish. So hopefully everything turns out pretty good. In the long run, I want to get the seat recovered because it's like falling apart. But it's a good working tractor, and hopefully with this good old tune-up, it'll be even better. So that's what I'm hoping, and hopefully I don't have to mess with it all summer once I do all this. And I can be on to the next lawnmower probably. I'll probably be on to the John Deere 318 on the starter. Getting that thing figured out because I don't want to have to mess with that thing over this summer. I'll just get it taken care of now. And I'll probably change the oil in the Ford 120 and probably see what's wrong with that hydrostatic because it's leaking like a sieve. See what's wrong with that. I think it's just a loose plug, but we'll see what's up. That'll be all for today. I'd like to thank y'all for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe, and like the video. And if you subscribe, please hit the bell on the end for all the updates and notifications. And I'll see y'all later and have a nice day. What's up, everybody? Got Woke Boys Garage here back with another episode of Woke Boys Garage. And this is part 4 of the Ford tune-up. Today, I'm going to be making some headlight brackets for this thing. Because that is on the list to do to make headlights for this thing. So it's be a lot nicer. So, let's see what I got. So here I got some scrap metal from over in the barn that I'm going to be using. This is what I have mocked up already. This is just a, what do you call it? It's like a test piece. But what I'm going to do, so I have this piece here. I have these 2 holes here, which I'm going to be using to mount this. I got to cut this a little bit more to make it fit nicer in here. I'm going to be putting this, how did I have it? I think it's easier to show on this side. But, see the 2 holes? I'm going to be putting it like that. Is it right? Yeah. Over the holes and have it right here. And then have both of those on either side. And then you'll have that like that. Won't stand. Put the hammer on the side of that. There. And I'll have a flat sheet of steel like this piece. Welded right to there. It'll be welded like that. Now I'll strip all this orange paint off and paint it blue or something. But it'll be across the front kind of like that. I have to cut it yet. It'll be across the front like that with the 2 headlights that I have. I did check the connector. Oh my gosh, I can't talk today. I did check the connector. It does have power going to it yet. Well, that's good. I think I have to tighten the one screw down here. It seemed a little loose, but no biggie. So get to that today. Get all this squared away. Get all this metal cut. What I'm using for a grinder, I have a Metalbow 8.5 amp 4.5 inch grinder. This is pretty new. I use this for the wagon a lot. For the first time I have an actual cutting disc on it. A lot of the time Where is it at? Is it down here? Yeah, there it is. I use a cup wire wheel. That's what I do for a lot of my grinder work. That's what I use it for a lot, but today I'm cutting steel, and I also have a Dremel 4000, which I use for cutting. Very powerful, and I always use the Dremel reinforced blades because that can cut through the steel completely the way through on like half a blade. They're amazing. I'm ordering the carb kit today, getting all that squared away. I might run in and get my pipe. It's in my grandpa's place, so I have to get the pipe yet. I might work on that today if I have a chance. I got the headlight bracket made. Hopefully I can get that welded up sometime. Hopefully I'm just going to get it made and then get it welded up whenever I can. But that's what I'm working on today, and I'll have an update in a few.